All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is May 5th. We got a bunch of MLB games on the slate today. No NBA games, so we're not going to be doing any NBA picks. And now we're jumping back into the MLB. I know we haven't been as consistent with MLB as NBA, but, you know, we're doing what we can out here. And I will say this, we might be bringing someone on to do the MLB games consistently on the channel, because obviously I have not been as consistent as I would like. So we're looking to bring in another individual, which we have some announcements, and we'll probably touch on that shortly. But yeah, we got a bunch of MLB games to jump into today. Last night in the NBA, we did go positive. We'll recap that in tomorrow's NBA video. So nothing to recap in terms of a previous video for MLB, but we will jump into it here. And I will say we had the giveaway winner for the Ballers. Shout out to Corey, won the Fade Me t-shirt that we just launched. He picked the Fade Me Artois shirt. Guys, if you do want to become a baller, we'll get in here and throw it in right now. All you got to do is hit that join button. You can use the link in the description as well. For $2.99 a month, you can support the channel. You get a logo next to your name. In the comments, you get an emoji. You get some, I guess, a plethora of emojis that you can use. The Wasitive, the Psycho, the Lock emoji. We got more down the pipe too. You can use an emoji. And also, I think we're going to start doing some more of these ballers only giveaways. Right now, we got, you know, close to 40 ballers. So when we do a giveaway, you have one in just under 40 chance of winning. So I think that that's pretty good value. So if you do want to become a member and support the channel, $2.99 a month, that will be in the pinned comment, as well as the description if you want to check that out as well. But we're gonna go through each and every game. I'm gonna give you my lean on the game, but keep an eye on the pinned comment throughout the day, guys, because that is where my final plays will be. Obviously, there's a bunch of MLB games every single day. We're not throwing any juice on every single game. So you know, we'll go through, give you my lean, give you what I'm thinking, and you know, if you're smart, you'll fade me, which we got a lot of love for this hat in yesterday's video. So guys, just let me know in the comments if you do think the hat is fire. We can drop a link for you guys, but you know, the link's in the description or not. But if you're smart, you'll fade me. You know, let's zoom in for this. If you're smart, you'll fade me, but if you're a genius, you will ride. There we go. That's a real life zoom in the camera. But let's jump right into it, guys. Final plays will be in the pinned comment. We're starting off with the Red Sox, my hometown team here, taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Ohtani's on the mound for the Angels. Rich Hill's on the mound for the Red Sox. And I don't really love this for the Red Sox on the money line here. They're plus 135 at home. I'm looking like the run line is minus 130, which is keeping me really off of both of those. I don't know if they go out and win this game, and I'm not loving the idea of you know, the odds there. I mean, I love the odds, but it's I mean, I don't love the odds. Minus 130 is looking a little rough for me there, so I'm gonna stay away from that. This Red Sox team has just been seemingly god awful, if I do say the least. But you know, Ohtani's on the mound. I'm thinking Rich Hill, who, you know, as he's been bad, his ERA isn't terrible, 3.7. The total right now is 8. I think I'm going to lean the under, but this is a very light lean. I'm talking like if I was leaning on my pillow, sleeping at night, the pillow would barely feel it. So I doubt we get any juice going in action with this game, but I'm going to lean the under there. 8 just seems like a little bit too high, maybe like a run too high. So we're, you know, skating on thin ice there. But let's move on here. We got the Brewers hosting the Reds here. Brewers minus 230 on the money line. The run line here, minus 1.5, is minus 115. Brewers, and I don't think I have the injury reports as up to date as I want to here, so I'm not going to touch on injuries as much. Keep an eye on the pinned comment for any sort of updates. We got Green on the mound for the Reds and Hauser on the mound for the Brewers. Hauser, 2 of his last starts, he took the dub there against Philly and then against the Cubs. Green still yet to find his first win, and he's been getting pummeled here. 5 runs, 4 runs, 10 runs. The total we're looking at here is 7.5. I'm going to lean towards the over and then maybe look at the Brewers money line. Minus 230 odds is kind of like a... Even if we play that, you're almost risking more than, you know, you could make type of thing. So I don't know if the juice would be worth the squeeze there, but I do like the over here at 7.5. That's a lean. Next up, we have the Rockies taking on the Nationals here. The Rockies 14-10 this season. However, they are 10-5 at home. The Nationals 9-17 overall. Not playing the best of baseball. So I think we're going to lean Rockies in this one. The total is 11. I don't necessarily love that. I think that almost seems a little bit like a trap game, if I do say so, because if you look at both of these teams and the series so far that they've played, 12 runs and then 7 runs, it's almost like they're trying to get people to be like, that Colorado air, which obviously matters, but when you're looking at some of these games, Colorado, I'm just going to spout out some of the runs that they've had in the last week or so. 2 runs, 3 runs, 3 runs, 1 run, 10 runs. 4 runs, 10 runs, 2 runs, 5 runs. And then for Washington, we have 2 runs, 2 runs, 14 runs, 3 runs, 11 runs, 10 runs, 2 runs. So it's a little too inconsistent for me to be like, oh my God, both these teams can drop double digits and allow double digits. This could be a total of 20 today. No, I'm going to stay away from that. We're going to lean the Rockies here, minus 135 on the money line, but we're going to stay away from that total. I do think that could be catching people today for sure. Sanchez for the Nationals, ERA so far this year 6.75. That might be leaning, making people lean towards the over as well. But I just think the inconsistency is there, so I'm probably just staying away from it for now. But I don't hate the total. The overs in Rockies games, I guess you could say, makes sense with those balls flying in the air. But those numbers that I spouted off to you, like this could technically be a 2-4 game, and then you got egg on your face because you took the total at 11. Next game we have the hold on, we got the Blue Jays taking on the Guardians here. The Guardians are plus 135 on the money line. You know what? We've made they got Savali on the mound today, which is terrible, but we've made money on the Guardians this year, and somehow I'm just going to stay loyal to them. I think that this is probably a rough one. But they're a little bit better at home than they are on the road. And as an underdog, they're playing so, we're going to lean the Guardians here. Plus 135 on the money line. I don't love the minus 130 run line, which, we're obviously going to see those numbers plenty. But we're going to lean Guardians. I think that is a dummy play. Don't worry. We'll sound it's a psycho play. But we're going to lean Guardians here plus 135 on the money line. Toronto's far better, playing better baseball, and Cleveland isn't all that great. But we're going to do it because sometimes, his brain just says, you know what, screw the stats, let's roll with it. Next up, we have the Phillies taking on the Mets here. Phillies minus 142 on the money line. New York is 18-9 overall this season. Phillies 11-14. We got Walker on the mound for the Mets and Nola on the mound for the Phillies. The total's 8 right now. I think that this game could be a 5-6 type of game. So I'm going to lean the over, and I'm going to lean the Mets. I'm going to go with the plus 137 is the number I'm seeing on my book right now. Plus 137 underdog in this one. And before we get to the rest of the video, guys, make sure to check out that pinned comment. We're going to have the link to become a member, which again, $2.99 if you do want to support the channel. We're also going to have the link to the Discord. We got an NBA chat, MLB chat. We got a bunch of different chats in there, over 1,000 people, all discussing different types of bets and what they're doing and all that. And then we're also going to have our final plays in pinned comment as well. Any added plays that we throw in there, a player prop or anything like that, we will be making sure that we say and explain our piece in the Discord because we don't get the chance to do it in the video. But I did want to let you guys know to check out that Discord link. It's really good conversation in there, and obviously if we do add any plays outside of our leans, you guys can kind of get the explanation as to why I'm rolling with that there. And if you guys do have any plays that you want to drop in the comments, use hashtag ride of the day. I'll be picking one person's play and riding with it, and you guys will get a shout out in the next video. Now, I've already said we haven't been as consistent as we'd like with MLB, but we're going to try to be. So, the next MLB video that we do, hopefully it's tomorrow, but, the next video that we do, you will get a shout out in the video, win or loss. So make sure to check that out. But let's continue with our picks here. We got the Orioles taking on the Twins. Orioles plus 134 on my book on the money line here. The run line is minus 120, which I don't totally hate. I think that's what we're gonna lean here. Watkins on the mound for the Orioles, Archer on the mound for the Twins. I mean, I think that, it could be pretty silly betting the Orioles. They are 6-6 at home. They're at home today, so that isn't too terrible. They got the win in their last time out yesterday in this series, so we're going to lean Orioles in this one on the run line, though. Plus 1.5 or minus 120 odds. I don't think that you're paying too much juice there, so I don't hate that, and I think that this could be a 5-4 or 6-5 type of ball game. I think that they can at least keep it close. Even in game 1 in the series on the second, they lost, but it was 1-2. Now, things got away from them in game 3, we can give them that. But I do see this one at least maybe possibly staying a little closer. So we're going to lean another underdog here, but we're going to take them on the run line. Next up, we have the Astros, minus 175 on the money line against the Tigers here. Astros 14-11 on the season, 5-4 at home. They're at home today. Detroit is 8-15. This is probably one that I end up staying away from. We've been burned by the Astros a couple times this season. Yeah, they're coming off 3 wins. They've won 7 out of their last 10 games, and that's all great. It's all groovy. I like to see that, but I'm just not necessarily feeling what we have for this game, and they are 8-17 to the over-under there, so maybe we look at the under in this one. It's a decent number, but I'm almost predicting a 5-4 game here, which would go over, so I'm going to lean under, but I don't love it at all. Also, make note that there could be thunderstorms out there, but they do have the roof, so I don't know if, that's just popping up as an alert on my site here, but just letting you guys know. But really no strong plays there, but it's not a pass. We're going to lean towards the under, I guess. Mariners taking on the Rays. Mariners plus 122 on the money line. I might be another crazy person, but I think we're going to lean the Mariners in this one. They're 7-2 at home, so I'm throwing out their 12-13 record. They're 7-2 at home. Rays on the mound. He's 2-2 this year. You know what? I like the underdog here, plus 122. I think I saw it even at plus 125 on a decent amount of books here. So we're going to lean Seattle here. They're coming off of a 3-game, or getting swept in a series to Houston. They must bounce back at one point. They're 3-7 in the last 10 games, but they are going to be at home here. And like I said, they are 7-2 at home. So we're going to be leaning them. I think this is a sneaky value play at getting a plus money underdog. Next up, we have the Padres taking on the Marlins here. Padres minus 120 money line, and the total is 7 in this one. I think I see this being a 4 to, if we're using decimals here, 4.5 to 4 type of ball game. Miami's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games, and San Diego's gone over in 8 of their last 9 games. Don't love either side of this one, but I'm going to lean the over here. I think this could be an 8+ type of game. So we're going to lean over. I know I've seen good, at least on my book, really good odds, plus 105 or minus 105. In terms of over. So we're going to lean the over in this one, over 7. All right, before we get into the last game, then I'm asking you guys to hit that subscribe button. We're back grinding for some MLB videos. And like I said, we got some announcements coming down the pike for MLB. We might be bringing on someone else to do the MLB videos to be able to give you guys consistent content with MLB on the channel, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and like I already mentioned, use that hashtag ride of the day. And if you do want to become, we're popping everything up, if you do want to become a baller, $2.99 a month. We're gonna have some giveaways monthly. I think we might be doing monthly giveaways, which seems crazy, but I do want to show my appreciation to the ballers, the ones that do choose to support on a month-to-month basis. But let's get into the last game here. We got the Giants taking on the Cardinals. Giants minus 105 on the money line. The total is 7.5, and I think that this is a pretty sharply laid out game here. The Giants 14-10 on the season. So are the Cardinals. At home, they're 6-5, and on the road, the Cardinals are 7-5. It's game 1 of this series. The Giants coming off of 3 losses. St. Louis coming off of winning 3 out of their last 4. This seems like it's going to be a tough one. Mikolas on the mound for the Cardinals, a 1.5 ERA this season. Webb 3-1 for the Giants this year. His ERA is 3.2. The total is 7.5. I'm gonna lean the under in this one, and I have not made up my mind about this pick in terms of a lean of the money line here. So I'm gonna lean the under. The total right now is 7.5. Which, again, like I think that it's super low. This was much easier in the beginning of the year when we had some high numbers, when, teams hadn't really figured out how hot their bats were, how hot their pitching was. But now we're getting into the thick of the MLB season, and things are a little bit different. But I'm going to lean the under this one, minus 7.5. And that is going to wrap it up for our predictions portion of the video, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're going to start bringing consistent MLB picks to the channel. We'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video for the NBA games, and we'll recap yesterday's night, which we had a positive night in the NBA. Well, we will recap that as well. But as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.